Terima kasih bersama. Saya ingin membuat satu kenyataan mengenai Suria Strategic Energy Resources Sdn Bhd. Satu skandal 9.4 bilion ringgit di mana pembayaran sebanyak 8.3 bilion ringgit dibuat, iaitu 88% daripada nilai projek berdasarkan timing milestone dan bukannya kerja yang siap, walaupun hanya 13% kerja sahaja sudah dilakukan. Let me speak in English for the benefit of the international media. Suria Strategic Energy Resources Sdn Bhd, a 9.4 billion ringgit scandal where payment based on timing milestone and not progressive work done resulted in 8.3 billion ringgit being paid, or 88% of total project value, despite only 13% of work completion done. Suria Strategic Energy Resources Sdn Bhd, SSER, is a wholly owned Ministry of Finance subsidiary set up on 19th of May 2016 with a specific intent to undertake the multi-product pipeline, MPP, and the Trans-Sabah Gas Pipeline, TSGP, projects. Both projects were approved by the Cabinet on the 27th of July 2016. MPP involved a 600-kilometer multi-product petroleum pipeline connecting Malacca and Port Dickson to Jitra, Kedah, costing 2.53 billion ringgit. And approximately costing Tony, I think there's a mistake there. Just check on that. 4.53 and 2.53. Yeah, about 2.53. Then this one 5.35. Yeah, I think you have to put in the bracket so that you can add together. Okay. So the multi-product pipeline involved a 600-kilometer multi-product petroleum pipeline connecting Malacca to Port Dickson to Jitra, Kedah, with cost a total of 5.35 billion ringgit. The TSGP, on the other hand, was to build a 662-kilometer gas pipeline from Kimanis Gas Terminal to Sandakan and Tawau, costing approximately 4.06 billion ringgit. Both projects, costing a total of 9.41 billion ringgit, were awarded to China Petroleum Pipeline Bureau, CPPB, on the 1st of November 2016. The agreements were signed by the then Treasurer General Tan Sri Muhammad Irwan Sriga, who was also the chairman of SSER. Tan Sri Muhammad Irwan has recently resigned on the 23rd of May 2018. SSER successfully secured funding from China Exim Bank amounting to 85% of the project value on 22nd of March 2017. The balance of the 15% of funds required were to be raised via sukuk issuance. Both the China Exim Bank borrowings and the sukuk are secured with federal government guarantees. During a briefing provided to Treasury officials on 28th of May 2018, SSER reported that the 3-year projects had commenced on April 2017. As at the end of March 2018, or exactly a year later, the MPP and TSGP projects had achieved only 14.5% and 11.4% progress completion respectively. The above completion rates have yet to be verified or audited. However, we were shocked to discover that the amounts of 4.71 billion ringgit and 3.54 billion ringgit for both projects had already been drawn down and paid to CPPB. The total sum paid of 8.25 billion ringgit constitutes a staggering 87.7% of the total project value. This is despite an average completion rate of only 13%, with another 2 years of the contracts to go. We have discovered that the payment schedule for the above contracts are based almost entirely on timeline milestones and not on progressive work completion milestones. Worse, based on the agreement signed, 85% of the project value will be paid by 1st of March 2018. The above does not include two other consultancy agreements signed for the same projects above, worth approximately 312 million and 230 million ringgit, and another maintenance agreement worth 476 million ringgit, awarded to companies from China, totaling an additional 1 billion ringgit. The contracts were negotiated by the Prime Minister's Department without involving Treasury officials. The Attorney General's chambers have also confirmed that these contracts were signed despite numerous unanswered questions and red flags raised. I've been informed by Treasury officials that SSER is an offshoot of the same people behind SRC International, a former subsidiary of 1MDB. SRC is the acronym for Strategic Resources Corporation, a name that is similar to SSER. The contracts for SSER were also signed at the same time as the contracts for the East Coast Rail Link project by Tan Sri Muhammad Irwan Seriga and financed by the China Exim Bank. It should be noted that the president of SSER is Datuk Muhammad Ashar bin Osman Khairuddin, who is also a member of the company's board of directors. Datuk Muhammad Ashar is also a director of Putrajaya Perdana Sdn Bhd, a company linked directly with Jolo. Based on the highly suspicious transactions above, I have instructed my officers to file a report with the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission last week. The Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has also been briefed on the scandal. In addition, the Ministry of Finance, as a sole shareholder of SSER, will be taking steps to take control of the company pending investigations. The Board of Directors and Tan Sri Muhammad Irwan Seriga, in particular, must answer as to why SSER signed such a lopsided contract that clearly jeopardizes the interests of the Malaysian people and government. In addition, we will welcome the former Finance and Prime Minister, Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak, who has been active on Facebook recently, to explain how he could possibly approve the above transactions. Finally, if necessary, we will seek the assistance of the Chinese government to help trace the flow of funds in China in order to investigate the possibility of money laundering. These statements are made in Bahasa Malaysia also. Okay, terima kasih. Ada apa-apa soalan? Any questions? Yes. So the drawdowns were approved finally, even there were consultants involved, they were finally approved by the federal government of the day. So because this is based on the contractual agreements that they were signed, and as stated in the first paragraph of my statement, it was approved by Cabinet on the 27th of July 2016. But when, of course, the drawdowns were approved based on timing milestone, definitely there must be people who sign these contracts. So these are now been handed over to MACC for investigations. I cannot add more.
Can we assume that it was signed by the former?
I cannot add more. But of course, we would be pleased to get more information from the former Finance Minister and former Prime Minister as to why 8.3 billion ringgit has been paid, or which is equivalent to 88% of the total project value, even though only 13% of the work had been completed. This is one of the problems that we face. Contracts of this nature, high cost projects of this nature, that where money is spent, but work has not, commensurate work has not been completed.
Why as the agreement, is stating that the money should be paid only based on time milestone?
Well, that would appear to be the nature of the contract.
Will you be reviewing all these contracts?
How to review when you have already paid 88% of the project? So now you are looking at how we can ensure that the project is completed.
Did you discover this based on the secret files that you got access to?
This is some of the some of the so-called hidden files or red files.
Would the government have to incur additional cost to complete?
Now we are looking at of course, the entire contract. But you must bear in mind, we have paid 88%. There's only 12% left. You can, of course, tell the contractor, please make sure that you speed up the construction of your project so that it comes close to the 88% that has been paid out. But I think our room to maneuver, our room to find a better deal for the country is quite limited.
Maybe you will continue with the project and pay it up and ensure that the work...
No, I think let this matter be investigated first. But you want to talk about continuing the project, for us, we have paid 88%. It is up to the contractor to make up the difference when they have only completed 13%. We will leave it to the investigative authorities. In this case will be the MACC, as well as, of course, other relevant authorities. As I said that, as I've said just now, that as far as the federal government is concerned, these are one of the problems that add on to our debts. Because when you talk about these payments, you must remember that these payments are already made. And these are actually obtained from loans, which we will then have to repay in installments in future. We hope, no, we have actually gone through many of these files, but we hope there are no more nasty surprises. We hope that there will be no more nasty surprises. Sorry? No, it's not one of the biggest. Biggest at the moment is still one MDB. Yes, yeah, right. Yes.
Said that he's meeting with the Chinese ambassador, a lot of the contracts with China are claimed that is this one of them, are there many more contracts with China? Will you be seeking diplomatic channels in resolving this or talking directly to the Chinese officer?
Well, I have been in regular contact with Tun Daim. So as I said earlier, that many of these contracts involving Chinese government, where of course we are talking about being reviewed, will be handled by the Prime Minister himself. But we are talking about this contract where I think our room for review is quite limited. When you have already paid 88% of the total project value, and only 13% of the work had been done. So the problem of course lies with the local people here, the local treasury officer, the local treasury officials and the leaders who approve and sign not only the contract but also the payments.
Maybe are the work still ongoing on the ground?
So the project is still going to continue until it finishes?
No, you don't seem to understand the situation, because I've explained many times. We have paid 88%. And then they've only done 13%. Are you going to ask them to stop work? It doesn't make sense, isn't it? I hope you understand, because you keep on repeating to ask me this question when you don't realize that we have paid 88%, they have done 30%. We want them to do as much as they can. The problem is, what if they stop work on their own? I think this is not in our interest. I think that is of course one aspect. We feel that the cost is that's something that can be reviewed. But as I said, now you can talk about the cost being hiked up, you can talk about other related issues, but money has been paid. Let us not miss the woods from the trees. You are talking about other peripheral issues. The main issue is this: 8.3 billion ringgit has been paid, 88% of the project value, whereas only 13% of the work has been done. Can we not focus on this anomaly, this gross disparity? Itulah perkara pokoknya. Okay.
This money trail that you mentioned just now with people linked with SRC,
Yes.
you suspect that this is
Strong suspicions that is all part of the 1MDB scam.
and it looks quite similar to the terms of agreement with ECRL, whereby there's a huge drawdown.
Can we not talk about ECRL? Can we not focus on this? All right. I think let's not try to. Let's not focus on this matter. Yes, of course, but I think it is important again, why were the agreements signed or agreed to be signed in the first place by Malaysian government leaders and officials?
Well, just now you said it's suspicious, so has the link been established, or is it still?
If the link is not established, I would not have said that it's highly suspicious. And I even mentioned Jolo's name in my statement. Okay? All right? I think it's quite clearly explained in my statement. 有中文的文章吗？我们还没有到，等下我们会给你中文的文章。我看你看我的中文的文章比较好。我看简单的是，这间公司是一个94亿的一个新的丑闻，因为它是根据时间来还钱，不是根据你的工程做到几多%或者是几多部分完成。所以平常我们的合同说，如果你做了10%，你就拿到0到10%的那个赔偿。可是这次这个项目就非常特别，虽然已经只是做到13%，但是已经获得88%的项目的价格的赔偿。所以主要是因为整个合同是根据时间来跑，不是根据你完成的工程几多%来跑。所以是否是对国家有利？我看这个是有目共睹了，当然是大家也知道是对国家不利的。所以主要是因为这个有牵涉到1MDB 丑闻，我们说这个是非常受质疑，所以我们已经交给反贪委员会来调查采取行动。谢谢。Can you speak in for the benefit of the yeah? So can you speak in yeah? What do you mean? We have documents to prove that. And I mentioned the names. Yeah. I don't think I know. I don't think. 我不是在猜，我不是在想，我是在指点，却是跟 1MDB 有关。Okay.
Maybe are there many more agreements signed with China Exim Bank? It looks like Exim Bank is between the countries.
That's why we hope that the former Prime Minister can. I don't think I want to refer to those terms lah. Let's be professional about it. I mean, those words probably is not very appropriate. So what I want to say is that if we can get further explanation from the former Prime Minister and Finance Minister, that would be helpful. Are there any such similar contracts? Maybe not necessarily with involving Chinese contractors, but involving contractors from other countries. Okay? No, at the moment, we don't intend to do so, lah. That's why we are handing over this matter for investigation by MACC. Of course, if you look according to the contract, there are further payments to be made. But I'm sure the contractor will understand. You have only done 13%. You want to ask some more. I think it's very hard to justify. Muhammad Irwan Segar.
Apparently he did a lot of asset stripping, like selling a lot of assets. Are there some things that you are investigating on that?
No, definitely we're investigating, but I think what he has done, of course, is something he has to explain, and also whether he has got the necessary authorization. Okay? Yeah, please.
Basically, what your ministry wants to do is that you want to see whether there's any elements of money laundering in this matter.
Of course, we are looking at all aspects, including money laundering. Okay, sila. Bukan, kita tidak bercarang untuk berikan arahan, tapi sekiranya beliau sedia untuk kerjasama, dia boleh beritahu sama ada lagi kontrak sedemikian. Kerana sekarang kita telah hantarkan kepada SPRM. So, badan yang berkuasa untuk meminta sesiapa datang untuk memberikan keterangan adalah SPRM. Yang kita boleh minta ialah memberikan kerjasama kalau ada maklumat tambahan. Dan kita hanya boleh arahkan sekira dia adalah seorang pekerja di bawah MOF. Macam 1NDB dimiliki oleh MOF, kita boleh panggil pekerja mereka untuk datang berikan penjelasan. Itu sebab hari itu kita panggil Arukanda datang, dia kena datang kerana dia dibayar oleh MOF. Siapa? Arukanda bukan. Tapi dia bekas Menteri Kewangan, dia sekarang bukan dibayar oleh MOF. So kita hanya boleh harap dia boleh berikan kerjasama. Diarah untuk hadir ialah kuasa terletak di bawah itu Badan Penguatkuasa MACC. So kita pun kena ikut kedaulatan undang-undang. Let us follow due process. Later, I think I want to finish this first, once for all. Yes.
You mentioned about two other consultancy agreements signed.
Yes.
Okay, this is for what? Any idea what?
For the same projects. Yeah. This is the consultancy agreement that you are asking just now. This is the answer to your question. Okay.
Consultancy is connected to Jolo, sir.
I just want to leave it as is at the moment. Okay.
These consultancies that signed, were they local companies or foreign?
I'll just leave it as it is. Because these are, I mean, it's already stated there, awarded to companies from China. Can you please read the statement? Because I think we are going back again, unless you want me to read my statement again one more time. So I think I've been here for almost an hour, so if there are no questions, can I move past from this topic? Because if you can print what is stated here, you already got enough to write. Okay? So yes, a final question from our good friend here.
Your supplementary, the mini budget that you are planning to table in the coming parliament session, how much of allocation are you looking for the government? And at the same time, how many ministries are in urgent need of funds?
You know how I'm going to answer that question, isn't it? So definitely you have to wait until we present the supplementary bill. How can I tell you now? I tell you now without telling the MPs will come after my head. They will have the first right to look at the bill. So I think let us give respect to the MPs who are elected, because they are the one going to debate and approve the supplementary bills. No, I know, but we have to wait for an announcement by the Prime Minister of the rest of the cabinet. So why don't you just be a bit patient, let the Prime Minister announce it, so then we can know how many ministries there are. So I'm not the Prime Minister, I have no authority to decide on this question. Sila.
Okay, the ringgit is almost reaching for, is there any chance for it to be repacked?
Repack. You nak buat tambatan. You nak buat cadangan tambatan ringgit lah.
No, just asking your
Janganlah tanya soalan macam ni. Tidak ada cadangan sedemikian.
Maybe has the government finalized answer you want regards to placement?
We will inform you when the appointments are done. Okay? Alright? No lah, cukup lah dia ni.
Any plans for the 106 tower? You own 51%, so is there talks of letting go of the stake or maybe buying off?
Saudara, hari ini punya isu sudah banyak. Biar kita jawab isu ini pada masa lain. Ini satu isu besar juga. So, kita satu bersatulah. Lain kali saya rasa kita dua-dua pasti ada jodohnya. Ada jodoh untuk temu lah, untuk jumpa, bukan lain-lain. Jangan ingat lain-lain pula. So kita akan temu, saya boleh berikan penjelasan kemudian. Okay? So itu saja. Terima kasih buat semua.